with my old ass.
Dream Chick. She struts in like a storm in heels, laughing loud while spinning wheels. Lipstick smudge, but who even cares? She's got stories stronger than your dares. Glass of red like a magic spell. Smoke swirl secrets she'll never tell. She swears like poetry, fierce and fine. One wink and you'll toe the line. Did I ask for your opinion? No, didn't think so. She's got one in one hand, wrapped in the other, fighting for the weak like a no-nonsense mother. Cigarette blaze and truth she'll smother. Lady K's justice, hotter than summer. You mess around, she roasts you like a feast. Queen assessed with a heart for the least. She's a sunflower, but thorns in bloom. Sweet and sunny until you assume.
Let's dig in deep today.
Try to cheat her, now you're toast. She'll drag your lies coast to coast. Throw shade like it's glitter confetti. One snap and you're rep spaghetti. She helps the bullied, saves the day, then calls you out in a Broadway way. No filter, no fake, just fire and flare. She's justice served with wine and glare. Oops, did my honesty just slap you? Not really. They say she's trouble, they say she's loud, but she's the voice in a cowardly crowd. Power wrapped in a sunflower dress. Her roar is wild, her truth's a yes. She may curse, but she's divine. A holy reckoning in heels and woe. With wine in one hand, wrath in the other, she's your worst nightmare. If you're a sucker, takes no crap, but gives a damn about every underdog and their jam. So raise your glass to the fierce and clever Lady K's revenge, the best endeavor. Sunflower fire, she'll charm and smother. One hand truth and sass in the other.
How's everybody doing? Oh my goodness. I've had a heck of a couple of days, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I see old Bullhorn Betty. See the alligators. The big alligator right there. Thank you for watching that. That's from Parody Street. She made that for me a while back, and it's always good to to play it every now and again. So thank you, Parody Street, for your creativity, and we always get a joy out of watching it. It's fun. Oh my goodness. So I've been doing the same thing for a long time over here, guys. This isn't nothing new for everyone that thinks that, all of a sudden blah blah blah. No, baby. Okay. I hope that you guys had a nice time over at AD's. I was in and out of the chat. Um, it was a good show, and I thought that we would go ahead and kind of see where everyone's sitting at about how they're feeling with, kind of what I've talked about and AD's talked about. And as I seen her, my daughter said, "Mom, is it that crazy? That lady crazy?" I told her, "Yes, that lady's great, right?" I missed your last live. Gonna watch later tonight. Yeah, Beezer, I know that you've been busy, honey. I appreciate you. If you've got things to do, I know that things happen and we got to take care of the ones that need it the most. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for doing that too. So I think it yes, I think it needs to be discussed. I don't want people to get into their mind that there is a hate campaign after BJ. I don't want anyone to think that we don't have compassion, empathy, or sympathy for anyone that could be struggling with addiction, because that's simply not the truth. This is a direct effect on how addiction can destroy a family. It's not all her fault. That's not what I'm saying. But from Mr. Mark being there and handing over money and things happening, Larry dying. Okay, you know what I'm saying? This has been a situation for a couple of years now. That's been, on social media. So I don't want anyone to think that we're trying to run a hate campaign with BJ. I don't want anyone to think that we don't care what happens to BJ, because that's simply not the case. BJ has been offered help with her problems in the past, and I am aware of help being offered to her currently. It's going to be up to BJ to take the opportunity and get help. All right. And BJ has to want it. You're absolutely right. BJ has to want it, because you can send someone to rehab every other day. All right. Every other year, every other month, every other week. If they do not want the help for their problems, their addiction, then it doesn't matter how many times they go. When they want to make the choice, they will. But I think that people are afraid to get sober. I think people are afraid to know what living life is, not being numb, because they live numb for so long. So I just don't. I wanted to touch base with you guys because I know that people come from all different walks of life that watch YouTube, and different people have different points of view on this. And I don't want anyone to think that we addict shame here, because that's simply not the truth. I think that there's a breath left in anybody. There is a chance for change in a positive way. But we also need to also hold other people in the family accountable. We need to hold Larry accountable. That's his daughter. All right. And he has allowed 4 years for someone to come in like BJ and just kind of do whatever she wanted to do, and it's a shame. Maybe Joe will be the best thing for her to have her life. Sometimes jail and sometimes that kind of situation does save people's lives. You know what I mean? Larry does enable her, in our opinion. Maybe jail's the only thing that will save her life because of where she won't get help. Larry can save her by putting her in jail, sadly. Right? Yeah, it's absolutely not shaming, but I know that other channels will pick apart every. I'm not a counselor. I'm not an addiction specialist. I'm just someone that's lived a few rotations around the sun. Um, in a metropolitan area, and I've come across a lot of different scenarios. I have friends that are elderly that have watched their family members die to addiction and wrote a book about it. All right. So it's not like I don't have resources to tap in to and ask the hard questions from qualified individuals that are in my life, because they've either went through something or they're counselors or whatnot. So I don't want anyone to think that we don't care about what happens to her. She's his stepdaughter. I don't know that, Kimberly. You could be right. I I don't know. That's a good question, though. It would be shame if her bond got revoked and she ended up in right, Poopsie. It would be. Um, and she also drives the van without a valid driver's license. And the police know about what BJ does, but the police do nothing to stop this either. So who do we really hold accountable? Now, keep in mind that the sheriff is the one that took Mark Latea to um, the Whittaker's home. Remember? The police are now letting BJ ride around without a driver's license. Okay? So, I mean, what's really going on in that area? Do we need to come there and stir up some dust or what? Sending love to Lady K and love to the chat. Well, thank you so much, Aggressive Defiance. I appreciate you. So, yes, it's his stepdaughter from my understanding. That's interesting. I did not know that. Um, hmm. So, where is the father, I wonder? Lady K, I've been looking. I know I changed my name, Susan, and it's thrown people off. In 14 days, I'll change it back. It's not what I've changed my name for good. Okay. So, um, it'll be okay. It was a funny. I know people are like, I can't find you. I'm like, I know. But sometimes I have to do what I have to do to make myself happy. We can definitely stir up some dust if needed. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, so the police are the one that brought Mark Lataya there and said, hey, you want to see something? Here you go. All right. Took him to the Whittakers. All right. Second of all, now BJ's over there driving around and it's okay without a driver's license, I guess. So I'm like, ah, hit that like button and share. Yes, make sure you hit the like and share this video out if you wouldn't mind. So I have a few things pulled up here. I have my handy dandy notebook because we got to go over. I want to go over one of the videos that we personally done here on this channel. Now, like I said, my stuff is privated, but I am able to refer back to it anytime I need to because I remember clearly speaking about the Whittaker family dynamic and the generational trauma that has not been handled correctly by anybody that's came to calling themselves doing the Whittakers a favor. Okay. Um, there's a lot of things that's happened within that family. There's a lot of addictions. There's a lot of behavior that went behind those addictions and a lot of reasons for the addictions. Okay. And without seeking proper help, counseling, all of the things that go along with recovering from something like that, it's not going to be sustainable. So I can understand why the Whittaker family is up in chaos all the time because they haven't been given the proper tools to maintain a boundary with addicted kids or grandkids. They don't know how, they've not been taught, they haven't been given a toolbox of tools to utilize in their life. Whenever real life problems happen, there aren't any real life solutions because they live so far out in the country and they do not have the access to things that me or you or someone else in your family may have access to. They've been just told to deal with it. This is just life. And that's just simply not true. There are a lot of resources for family members that have struggled with addiction, but they're going to have to want to do it. But is it too late? Larry and Betty are 70 years old in their 70s now. 3 of the family members have been taken from adult protective services. And it had a lot of facets to then why this happened. All right, like BJ's situation. I remember clearly hearing the lady ask Betty on that thing 3 times, the APS from Patrick, are you sure you want to drop the RO? She said yes. What made Betty feel like she didn't have any power and to say, no, I don't? Or are we all being bamboozled? Okay. Well, let's go and listen to what we had thought about this 2 months ago. Let me see. And it's a video that we all did here. It was 2 months ago. I can tell you the exact date here. I guess we were just a little bit ahead, and my computer's running very slow. I apologize, guys. So just bear with me here. Trying to get the exact date. Should tell us. I can't share this video out because, I have it privated, but I can refer to it any damn time I want. It was October the 3rd, 2025. I had 4,750 views. So this is what we talked about in October, early October. Hey, Skeeter. Yours been running slow too, Hillbilly? Yeah, mine's acting not good, be honest with you. All right, so let's go here. Might be, I mean, it's snowing where I'm at, so don't know if.
Our family back. Because
So here we go. She's up here. Now you're gonna see two of me. Maybe I'll do it this way. No, I won't do it that way. Go down here, the bottom. You'll see two of me. All right, I know it'll be a little confusing, but we can get through it. I honestly shocked that Bj. I know, Shannon. Like what? Right? Inactive tabs get a new look. What are you doing, computer? Okay, so let's go ahead. We don't need to fast. This is our content, so we're able to watch it. No, unless you have written permission from me, do not reuse my content that is privated, or I will copyright strike you. I am not talking to clip channels. I am not talking to aggressive defiance. Just a couple people. All right. So am I hearing this right? Yeah, they did, Mama Bear. So am I hearing this correctly that she's saying that she'll stay there and I'm apparently in the trailer with the addition. That's I always say a house, but it's
so let's
actually
go back to
I'm
see
going to
exactly what she said here.
get that stuff. I thought maybe I could sleep it off compared to what I normally do, but I will. Oh,
We'll find it.
my guy, all credit goes to you, good or bad, my guy. Okay, I don't all night on the damn.
You could tell me, you could
Tirade.
hear me getting a doggone
All right,
cough
so we're
drop.
going to skip past Larry's and we're going to go jump right down to um well, I didn't using so we can hear what she says. All right. I'm going to put it up here.
Hi, my name is Betty Rocha, but everybody knows me as BJ on social media. And I've been falsely accused of abusing some of my family members, which did not happen. I've never hit my dad. I've never hit my Aunt Betty. I've never hit Lorraine. I've never hit my Uncle Ray or my cousin Timmy. Yeah, there was an incident that happened, but I had hit him on accident because I was trying to get the dog off of him. And our goal is to secure a new location.
So any do you take some antihistamine?
Oh no, you can use it,
Not
hillbilly.
yet.
I don't care.
I'm gonna send my husband to the well
I was
actually
sick in October the 3rd. I must had a cold. What was, geez, I'm like over here hacking in your guys' ear. Shit. No, hillbilly, you're more than welcome to use it. Okay. You and any other clip channel and a aggressive defiance. You guys know what I mean.
feel worse that I got up here, but we'll get through it. I'm sorry.
I sounded
So
horrible.
I'm taking this was last night. Um maybe it was pre-recorded and he uploaded it so we can't really say. Um but here's my thought. Well, I'll tell you my thought after we listen.
For Betty and my dad and the other ones to come home to. And I will stay here.
Yeah,
she goes by Rocha.
So am I hearing this right? Yeah, they did, Mama Bear. So am I hearing this correctly that she's saying that she'll stay there and I'm apparently in the trailer with the addition. That's I always say a house, but it's actually I want to make sure because people like to correct me and I'm okay with that. I will make sure that I say it right. Where the Whitakers currently live and where we've seen the film and the lives happen is a trailer with an add-on addition. Okay, so the bones of it is actually a trailer. Okay, so with an add-on, it's not like a house. It's a house. I call it a house because that's where they live. A home's a home, right? So it is a trailer with an additions added on. Okay, that's where they live, and she says she's going to stay there if they get the other, they get the Whitaker family, Ray, Lorraine, Timmy, Betty, a new place to live. She'll just stay there. Well, there's still some issues because no, just I don't know if that. Okay,
because it's not been the same since they've been gone. Okay. I wake up during the middle of the night thinking I hear my Uncle Ray holler for me because he always come over and hollered at the camper to see if I was home or to see if I was asleep. But he would come over every morning and make sure we was there. And I miss hearing Lorraine say, "Mommy, Mommy." And I miss hearing Timmy say, "Lou, Lou."
And I'm just going to tell you, people need to view this with an open mind. They may not believe her, they may not, but I'm going to tell you, not every single day of their life was horrible with BJ around. She is an addict. She has got addict behavior. She has addict tendencies. Has she done bad things to this family? Absolutely. But there are many people in the United States of America that have family members, parents, sons, brothers, uncles, aunts down the line, relatives that are addicted, and they still love them. They don't love the drug. They love the person that was once before the drug. So I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. People say, oh, now she's talking like that about BJ. No, bitches. On October the 2nd of 2025, this is my video, is pretty much what I'm saying now. Because, see, when you don't waver from who you are and the morals that you always stand on, you don't have to say, oh, I fucked up. You get what I'm saying? So, there you go. And people have a hard time separating that. There was a person before they got addicted to drugs. Okay. I'm not giving her a pass. I'm not
Right.
giving her a way out. But not everything that comes out of her mouth, people need to be like, oh, sick bitch. Okay. What I'm saying is, I'm sure she does miss it. I'm sure there is a lot of guilt there. I don't know if she's high right now. I'm not an expert in that area. I'm not an expert in shit. Okay. Except taking care of my own self. But I will say that there has got to be some sort of guilt here. Yes, she's probably disappointed because she's done wrong. Yeah, she's probably looking for her next fix potentially. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you there's probably some sort of guilt. I don't know how deep it runs, but hey, let's listen to her.
It just bothers me so bad that I was falsely accused for something I didn't do. But
I don't know if she put her hands on these folks or not, and she should never. BJ, if you did, don't do it again. And if you were asked to leave the premises, then get the hell out. If Adult Protective Services say they can't even come home for visits, they can't come see Betty, all that because you're there. Do your family a favor and remove yourself. Get yourself clean and get yourself into some. So, do you guys think that, everyone knows that BJ's still around, BJ's still running amok? Do you think that the addiction has got her so much by the juggler that she cannot even have the ability and be able to do the right thing, have the ability to do the right thing with their family? Do you guys think that she's that far in this addiction? And I'm looking for, this is just an opinion. This is speculation. We're just having a conversation over here. Everything that I say is from my observation of public videos. Do your own research. I am not an expert on anything. All right. So Jessica say yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Wow. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Said yes if she is to the point of stealing, in my experience, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah. I mean, isn't that that's rough. I mean, three people, but you know what? The thing is, never mind. Let's listen. Let's listen to ourselves some more. Damn help. That's all you got to do, man. You're not the first addict that ever got clean. Let me fucking tell you. Okay? There's many a people walking the face of this earth that had. And you may hear some cursey language. Sorry. Something like this happened in their life, and they decided to get their shit together. Get your shit together.
we just want our family back together because it's not been the same.
I can't believe you right now, BJ. I can't believe you. And I cannot believe this from 2 months ago. I can't believe the words come out of your mouth, because what have you changed, BJ, in your daily life to assist Betty sitting there? What have you done, BJ, to assist Betty and your father to regain some sort of contact with the three that are in protective custody? What have you done? Have you skipped a hit? Have you cut some firewood? Have you made sure they got to the court date? You're standing up here with your knee looking like trying to look like a proper Southern lady. What have you done? I'll wait for the answer, BJ. I will drop a link for you, BJ. I know you have a YouTube channel, BJ. Do you know I know, don't you, Puddin'? We go and look at that. Not everybody knows you have one, but I do.
I'm looking for other sisters. I want them to come back home. I can hardly sleep that night. I thought I was gonna sleep,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
true.
don't. I lay awake in bed
Right?
before I even go
Mm-hmm.
to sleep.
Oh, that makes me sad. And people want to have shit to say it. Betty this, Betty that, Betty this, Betty that. Oh, for the love of God, give it a breast, people. Okay, she's done what she's done through the years. She's in her late 60s, early 70s, I believe. Not sure. Okay, but she's not fucking 40. And she's committed her life doing what she could with what she had. Could she have done better? We all fucking can. Tell me one person out here is absolutely Hi, China. 100% had a perfect life. They've done everything perfect in your life. Well, damn, you got a free ticket to heaven, ain't you?
I just want them back home because I miss them. Every night Louise holler at me. I go in there and see what's wrong with her.
Right, chick out.
And
Say
she
it.
want me to cover her with the blanket. And Timmy hollers at me sometimes too, come in there. I'll go in there and check on them, see they're all right. And they are. And I just miss them.
Amen, Anthony.
I
And
love them.
I've also had some questions. Why am I doing Whittaker content again whenever I said I wouldn't? Because I have to right now. We're at a critical moment. It is cold outside. BJ, get some fucking propane and wood to your family. It's not anybody else's responsibility to make sure your father has a warm home. Give him the car back. Give him the van back so he can go obtain propane every other day. I have to now. It's not that I want to. It has to be talked about. We're at a critical point. Okay?
I took care of them since I was 12 years old. People think I People think I didn't, but I sure did. And I miss them. I want them to come back home.
Yeah, I bet she does. Even if it's not even possible, it doesn't mean that the desire isn't there for Betty. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if they're going to be able to come back home or not, but that doesn't mean that the desire isn't there. You know what I mean? She misses her family. You know, they can't even have freaking visitations or anything yet because it has to go through the court. And it's sad. I don't
I
care.
mean, I don't.
I just got to be honest with you. It's sad. It's sad. I'm trying to turn this down on my ears because it's hurting my ears. It's so loud. I don't, hopefully you guys can hear it.
I don't think it's right because they're exploiting my family. I
Well, you
invited
did. Let me tell you something, sister. See, I'll stand up for you on getting you some help. But let me tell you, honey, you enjoyed all that damn money, girl. Now, don't you sit there and act like you didn't like it when Mark was around. You was nickel and diamond them. You was a nickel and a diamond, honey. Yes, you was. So you cut that shit out, BJ.
we invited you down here.
I'm sorry. I get a kick out of my own self. I'm like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong? Okay, I get serious about shit. I'm like, what is wrong with you, BJ?
We
You can
asked
tell I'm country as hell.
you to come here. You're not exploiting my family. You was invited. I also want to throw a thank you out to Creep Appalachia.
I'm
For being
hoping, Elizabeth, remember we were looking for something about Larry. It could be in this video. So let's pay close attention.
Whittaker, and we very appreciate that.
That's awesome because we like Creepalachia.
Yeah, and I read the post that my dad just yesterday about where you had posted about them exploiting my family and stuff, and my daddy really liked that post too, because we don't have internet down here where we're at. If you come here and you're asked to leave, and if you don't leave, state police will be called. That's what they informed us to do.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brian.
We need for that to be released, don't we? I thought maybe if it was ever released, because this is right after it happened, like he went there, I played this. So I thought if it was ever released, then we would have it on here. Okay, got you, girl. Damn, I was hoping.
Welcome, Betty.
I mean, I don't think
So there's the next part of it. But for me, I'm like, now you cut it out. You cut it out. Exactly, sugar. I mean, she did some shit. You know what I'm saying? She did. But it's time. The gig is up, BJ. Look at what potentially you have a hand in. Potentially. I'm not accusing her shit. I'm saying potential. Okay. It is time. BJ. B to the fucking J. Get in and get yourself some help, girlfriend, and stay away for like a year in recovery. You know what I mean? And then let your family, it's going to go where it needs to go because you got adult protective services involved. And all these Tom, Dicks, and Harrys out here talking about going to go in and scoop in and save the world for the Whittakers. It is past that stage now, in my opinion, from my observation. All right. Anyone that's swooping in, talking about doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, do you not think that the day that Betty gets there, they're going to give her advice on what she needs to do the first court appearance that she has, if she's had one or not? She knows what needs to be done. Do you not think that the adult protective services are not going to give her assistance where it needs to be done to help her in whatever decision they
This
make?
was Brian Cody's shorts that he made, and this is the video that I created October the 2nd, 2025. I'm playing it for a couple different reasons. There are some things that we may need in here. Second of all, someone had mentioned in a comment that, oh yeah, listen to Lady K now because she's going against BJ because the other two are standing up. No, I've been singing the same song and dance since October the 2nd. Okay. Dang, that front is hard for me. Yeah, I'll have to change it. I'll change it. The font.
So the lady that is over there
It's hard
on
to
the
read.
Miss Betty page has really yanked my chain. Just going to be honest with you, because she's acting like she got an attitude now. Because somebody else decided, this guy here decided to go and put them on film. You had them on record. You drove 5 or 6 hours to take them to an attorney, and you knew that they were going to need money. You don't know this family. You got into their business and aired it out on social media. You're no better, man. No one can keep their freaking mouth shut, but they're out here doing God's work. This shit drives me nuts. Maybe this isn't the day for me to do this because I'm in a pissy mood.
The day is not the day for me to do this. I apologize, guys. You get me raw and uncut.
Don't worry about that.
We're gonna go to court and everything,
You don't want to go to court.
and we're gonna fight till the end to get them back.
Yeah, I am.
You're lying, BJ, because we're at October. This was October. We're the end of December. October, November, December. We're about to hit January the 2nd. Will be 4 months. Okay, just in a hot couple days. And what have you done? What have you done? How have you fought? You're up here saying you gonna fight. You gonna fight for your family, honey, like a good Southern woman. But what have you done?
I miss them.
Well, I miss them too.
We all do.
Yeah. I'm reading the chat. I'm just not highlighting it, guys. I'm
People
sorry.
say here they go take my own business, they been somebody else's.
Yeah, people that don't
Brutally
even live
honest, I
around here
was.
think they know
I
what
gotta
court
stop this
date
for a
is.
second. Brutally honest, I tried to download that Sunyo, because we want to make a song about your three-legged cat that's called Cooter Brown, and it won't let me like create a thing. Am I doing something wrong? If it is, let me know in the chat because I'm trying to want to forget when I can't
We're
complete
creating
it. I don't know
music.
how.
I know.
He had court yesterday.
BJ and Betty.
Did you know that?
No,
That's what this Amy Crown put out there. You had court yesterday.
Yeah.
I did a court yesterday. Whoever put that out there is wrong.
I know. We know when the court date is, but we ain't gonna let nobody know.
I know. That guy, he knows. He knows on how. I don't know how he knows that, but he does.
Because we don't need every damn Tom, Dick, and Harry at the courthouse when we go to court.
Well, he Peter knows.
How'd he find out?
I can tell him know.
How do you find out everything?
How he find out everything goes on down here then.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I think they got a camera or something hid in there.
I told you they had a camera, so we're about where we're at. Everybody told me they got a camera here in the house.
I really honestly do think it's because
Wow.
he knows everything that goes on here. Shit that even happens in the house.
So that's whenever they thought that they had a camera. Not true. That don't mean she's lying. Not true. That don't mean she's lying. When Betty screams like that, she tells a lie. Brian took them to court. Yeah, Brian did take them to court. The first time, right? Hillbilly Patrick or Kenny should give
them some wood.
Okay, what happened to house everything?
Yeah, Kenny maybe can get some wood, but I think he has to pay for it. Second of all, I'm not sure Patrick is able to go cut wood and deliver the wood. I don't know how his leg's doing.
I think he would put one in now.
Him or Eric?
Them Eric Wiggins collar's gone.
You know that thing you before I ran over?
This is like real recent, Eric. This is like the last 48 hours, I'm going to assume. So she's talking about the court date that's coming up for Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray. And that's whenever it was said by Mr. Brian Cody that the system was saying that that what he heard that they weren't coming back. And that's what the rumors were on Facebook.
That drum? That drum? You get everything in the house right there.
I won't get him back. Don't worry about that.
So we're gonna listen to it again on the way through without
We're
me.
gonna go to court and everything?
You guys gonna go to court?
And we're gonna fight till the end to get them back?
Yeah, I am.
I miss them.
Well, I miss him too.
We all do.
They needed a ride
People say here's
at that time. Now this was October the 2nd, guys, 2025. I think at the time they didn't have a running vehicle at the time, Stacy. So I think that's why. Listen, if they are cold, they can go to Patrick's house. Not BJ, but the others can. Right. How do we know that they need heat? Because there isn't any propane. One of the propane canisters is missing. The other one's empty. So, and there was wood delivered. But every load's $100 and they have to split it. Okay. And it's not proper heat for what they need at this time.
Hey, been somebody else's.
Yeah, people that don't even live around here think they know what your court date is.
I know.
You had court yesterday. Did you know that?
No,
That's what this Amy Crown put out there. You had court yesterday.
I did a court yesterday. Whoever put that out there is wrong.
I know. We know when the court date is, but we ain't gonna let nobody know.
I know. That guy, he knows. He knows on how he knows that, but he does.
Because we don't need every damn Tom, Dick, and Harry at the courthouse when we go to court.
Well, his paper knows.
How'd he find out?
I think he knows.
How you find out everything?
How he find out everything goes on down here then?
Yeah, they know what to do.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I think they got a camera or something hid in there.
I told you they had a camera somewhere about where we're at. Everybody told me they got a camera here in the house.
I really honestly do think it because he knows everything that goes on here. Shit that even happens in the house.
Well, without
What happened to house everything? I think he
But without internet, then how could he be recording everything if they don't have internet? So, BJ, why you gassing Betty up like that?
What
Mm-mm-mm.
is that?
Him or Eric?
Them Eric Wiggins collar's gone.
You know that thing you before I ran over? That drum? That drum? You get everything in the house right there.
All right. So, let me put you guys on mute for just 1 second. Listen, that's her telling them. Yeah. Yeah. So I must have had to do something. Probably go to the bathrooms or I don't like it. All right. So here's the next one. So what do you guys think about that, man? Like for real? Do you guys think that's some truth to that? I wonder how, unless that they're pretty close. Charles, I don't know what kind of internet service Patrick has, and it might be close enough that they can connect. Because I'll tell you why I say this. I have fiber optic Wi-Fi. I can go to my neighbors, which is probably a good city. And this is still the truth. I still believe it. There could possibly get some sort of internet from Patrick, but I don't know how close they live to Patrick. So, block and connect to my Wi-Fi. And I did use my laptop there. I couldn't believe it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'll bring my Wi-Fi. Mine popped up. And I said, well, but that is a good, that's, I would think the same. Um, but how invasive is that? And do you think it's went to that level, guys?
No,
Or
I
they're
don't.
just being kind of paranoid, which I would understand why they
I
want to
know why
hear.
BJ's paranoid. Toki, smoky.
Annoyed. I mean, look what's been taking place here. You know what I mean? People calling her home, people driving by. You know what I mean? So I understand it wholeheartedly why they could potentially think that and it not be true. But I, I,
Yeah, I'm sure you could. You could have
I
a
don't put anything
recording,
past
a
anybody
device.
anymore. You know what I mean?
I think
You
you
know what I
probably
mean?
could.
Yeah, it's the hot spot. If there's a camera, it probably came from Patrick. I don't want to blame anyone. This is all speculation. Whatever's said in the chat is based on our opinions and our opinions alone. Nothing here is going to be stated as a fact. Do your own research, people. All right. This is not.
And I still say the same thing. Do your own
Is
research,
people
people.
create channels and they're pros at it from the day they hit live, and they don't really read the terms and services and what all that details. They don't understand what a parody is. They don't understand what a review is. They don't understand that what copyright is. They don't
Oh, they were mass reporting my
get
channel.
him for
Beezer,
defamation if I would like.
Beezer was asking all the questions because my channel had been mass reported. And that was, anyway, Patrick said his leg was healing well. I have no idea. I know that he has complained about it, but I don't talk to him on a daily basis, so I don't know. You'd have to look up Raleigh County, West Virginia, and see. And then their address is down there in Tommy Creek. So a lot of people know what I won't get the full thing, but if you know what you know. I'm going to tell you what. If anyone delivers any propane to them and the tanks get stolen, do not cry about it. You know the risk. You know the risk walking in that there is a potential for whatever bottle of propane you deliver. One's missing and one's empty. Okay? So I'm just saying.
This can go both ways, but really, fuck off. Stay away from my channel. I don't go
Hey,
into yours.
Melissa.
Stay the fuck out of mine. And anyone that's been over here with me and decides that they want to partake in that chat when they're talking about me, well, I see who the fuck you are. Okay, just keep that in mind.
Hi, I'm Bj Whittaker. Everybody know who I am. And I don't like to appreciate what people put out there, even Patrick and Eric. Most of them, all that are damn lies the way they are. They come in, got our brother, sister, and my nephew took it out of the house.
Sunnyside,
I don't like that.
I've been rough over here for
And
a
I
pin.
tried my best to try to get them back, everything. And people coming out of town come here and try to tell us what to do. And I don't appreciate that. And we have got a woman from North Carolina.
And I think the woman from North Carolina that he's talking about is that one chick, that Suni or Sunny, whatever the hell her name is, Suni. I'm missing the good stuff. I'm missing the good stuff. See, I would rather be in the chat and talk with you guys. They're partaking in the hate.
Let's come up this weekend and tell us what try to build a house and try to tell me we don't own this part of the land property where we got the trailer at. She just told me it won't do it.
Pindar. I hopefully if she comes in here, Mama Bear can tag her or any of the body that wears a blue dress in here. They're able to tag her channel, and then you just go to her community post. But it's Pindar. She has a community post, and then you can be a part of the solution.
CDL.
If you guys remember that from that stream,
we don't own it.
We had filled out the paperwork that went to the West Virginia governor to see about a law, a digital dignity law. So a lot of us filled it out.
And I was looking for the OD. I found when I was going through some paperwork, I found the OD. It's my mom, dad's names on it, and some you can read and some you can't because it's old paper. Yeah, my dad bought the house in '59, I think.
Mama Bear got it. So
And when they got up, the deed made up on there, it was '69 when they handed it to my dad. He got people. My dad bought the house off of, and we've been living here ever since. In '59, I moved up here when I was a little kid. I guess about 3, 4 years old, and I was right here until I got 19. I got married, left home, and my wife fell in love up in the mountain. I brought her back home, and 2001, I moved back. Then I had my heart attack in 2004. My wife in February.
That's Larry.
My wife stuck with me until she passed away in October.
Yeah, that's Larry.
2004. 4 months after I had my operation, she was still with me. And she's still with me in my heart and in my mind. I think back sometimes, think about her sometimes, in the old home place where my younger brother built a house, 4-room house. We moved there. We took our grandkids.
Yeah, that could be.
Everything. Remember so much, I want to get a new home where I can get them back. And I don't appreciate what the welfare people done. They lied to us at first, and then 4 days later, they come back, took the kids. They told me that we just gonna go take them and get a check out. And then when they was later, said we taking the kids. After they told us 4 days early, they wasn't here taking the kids. And 4 days after, they come took them. All right, I'm like.
That's, my heart. I'm sorry. I'm a softie probably. I know. But this bothers me. Because people are giving, someone said in the chat too, that they think that they're a mastermind of this big scheme. Keep in mind, people, they did not go to social media asking for help. Social media has always came to them, folks, and exploited them. And they live in what I call survival mode. They're going to take whatever they can get. Was money mishandled? Absolutely. But think about this. Have you ever seen the show I Won the Lottery and It Ruined My Life? People don't know how to manage money. Let me tell you something else I learned in my life. Never ask a broke person for financial advice. Why do I say that? They're broke. Why would I want them to tell me how to manage my money if they don't know how to manage their own? I'm just saying, okay? This is my thought, all right? So you can't hand over thousands and thousands of dollars to somebody and expect them to manage the way you think they should. That's why things needed to be put into place. And I'm here to tell you, the way I'm viewing this now, the state needs to step in and block any MFer. Yes, I use this for content. It's no fucking lie. But I can move on to something else, okay? There's all types of shit happening in the world. But in my opinion, the state needs to step in and say, no more video at your house. Because it is not being handled appropriately. They need some professional people, counselors, people that are educated and have degrees in psychology, PT, all of it, to come and help this family. This family has been totally destroyed by social media. Completely destroyed. Let's not even talk about their living condition. That's not our business. I don't come into your house and ask you how you wipe your ass. I don't come into your house and do a white glove test at your house, do I? Hell no, I don't. None of my damn business. These people have been brought to social media, and you just heard them. We don't have Wi-Fi. They have no idea exactly what's going on with their name attached to it. Well, I was going one night. I was on it. I need to help a few in chat. Okay. Got you. You can't keep giving either. I'm like, you can't keep. Rake's Funny Farm? What's Rake's talking about? Rake's Funny Farm? What you talking about, baby? So I think Elizabeth wants to come up for a second. I dropped the link. Okay, there she is. Let me add her to the stage.
Hey, I don't want to be up here. I don't want to be up here long, because I'm really not like feeling good, y'all. But
Okay.
there is some people in the comments asking about the area and the propane and stuff. Look, I don't know about all that, and I don't feel good enough to like research it myself and find it. So I could tell you that they live inside Raleigh County, and they live down Tommy Creek. And if you know the rest of the address, you do. I won't say it. You can find it yourself. Most places around here are very familiar with that name and their address anyways. So, but if you do get some propane or something, I saw someone say something about you can rent a propane tank and then BJ can't steal it. Well, I mean, she probably can, but if you rent it and she steals it, will that put her in jail? Because I'm cool for that. But anyways, just please, if you guys do anything to help, please, maybe like immediately message Lady K so she can come up here really quick, like pop up or maybe make a quick video or something that says, hey, propane has been established and on its way or something, so that we don't have like 5 propane tanks showing up, right? Or something.
Right, right,
Because that's
yeah,
the confusion in it. That was what we had confusion in last time. What if somebody orders like 160 pieces of sheetrock or what? You know what I mean? Whatever.
right,
So we got to work
yeah,
collectively and as a team. Okay, so if somebody's going to take on this, please do it. But then contact maybe Lady K immediately, or Hillbilly, or Jessica, or somebody, so
yeah.
that they can get it out there really quick. Hey, it's been,
The need's
done.
been met, and no one else.
And
And then
everyone
we
here
can,
knows the risk that you're walking into when you do this. Please know the risk.
right, absolutely. And that's what I said. Know the risk that they could be potentially
But the
be stolen.
one lady said something about a rental, and if she steals it, she'll be in trouble. So,
Right.
hey,
You
okay.
know? Okay. Okay. Open that door, insert your foot.
Yeah. Um, but I just want to come here and tell y'all what little bit of information I do know. So it's Raleigh County, and they live down Tommy Creek. You can find the rest of it. It's all online.
Right.
And good luck to you. And I do appreciate anybody that's trying to help. But BJ is the biggest problem in trying to help. She's the reason why I won't accept anything. She's the reason why I won't go down there and have any of y'all help, no matter how many times you've offered. She is the reason for a lot of it. Y'all think that Eric Carroll and Patrick did some shiesty shit. BJ tops the cake, and y'all just don't know it because it's not been publicized. All right. I'm
Yep.
going to hop off here.
All right. I'll kick you so you don't have to worry about it. Feel better.
Yeah, for some reason, that little button ain't on my phone no more. I was over in 80s and it wouldn't let me down.
Huh. I'll kick you. Okay. Kick from the studio. Okay. So we'll go ahead and continue with this. So yeah, please know Feral Gas Propane Company. Lady K talks. Okay, so allegedly, apparently, call and verify. If someone does do it, please let somebody know. Whoever was to rent the bottle or tank would be responsible if it were to go to missing. Please, I can't overstress this. It is your responsibility for whatever you have delivered there. It's not Elizabeth's responsibility. It's not Larry's. It's not Betty's. They are too old to be doing anything with a damn propane tank. Okay. So please understand the risk that you're taking before you do it. It's very generous and very kind of people offering, but please understand that if it goes missing and you cannot prove that Bj Whittaker took it, you are going to be held accountable in the court of law because you rented it. Okay, I just want to be that. I will not ever come here and blow smoke up your ass for anything. Okay, so let's keep on trucking with this. They have not a fucking clue. And there needs to be put a stop to it. I blame every single person that's sticking a phone in their face. Yes, we want to hear about it. Absolutely, we want to hear what they have to say. But when is it going to stop? Is this exploitation? Is this right here exploitation? Or, it's just some adults getting on film telling their story. Was what they were doing to the Whitakers exploitation? Is there anything called, digital dignity at all for people that are elderly and that have disabilities? Is there anything such a thing? Should there be? These are some questions that we need to ask. I'm sorry. I'm pissed off because as we go through this shit, you guys are going to see some really bad stuff. And what have we seen thus far going through it? Well, we've seen BJ not step up and help with their family. We know now that they are you know, at the risk of not having heat. We know that the van has not been available for them to go and do what they need to do. Okay. So this was in October. See how things do not change. But this was whenever BJ was saying she's going to do everything she can to fight for her family. So if you're thinking of sending propane, it would be easier if you just sent cash to BJ directly instead, just saying. I mean, that's what a lot of people feel. You know what I mean? Because it's sad, but it's true. They don't have the energy to fight BJ. They've been taken advantage of. BJ takes advantage of the two, in my opinion. So I have a whole playlist. Let me stop sharing this and we'll go find other. We're not going to listen to all this. I just want to kind of remember, show you guys. We were talking the same way about this in October. Okay. I also wanted to show you guys this right here. Where is it? It should be in my last played list here. My history. Here it is. Let me see if it'll take me to. All right. So let me ask you guys a question in the chat. Do you guys know that BJ created herself a YouTube channel? Did you guys know this? I'm going to wait. BJ stays around like a sponge waiting to soak up any resources a family may get if she can. Sell it, smoke it, trade it, snort it. It's up for grabs. I'm late to the live, but if all else fails, can Betty go stay with Patrick? Yes. Yes, L 1985. She can go and stay. Didn't know, didn't even see her on Facebook. Well, she does. Okay. I would like to see her channel. I didn't know she had one. Yes, she did. Yes, she does. So let me present you everyone to fucking BJ Hernandez YouTube. All right. Let me make it big and proud. All right. So she has 3 subscribers, 1 video, September 19th, 2025, 17 views. But what did her short say? I don't know. Let's watch it.
Hi, this is BJ, Larry Whittaker's daughter. I'm posting this video. We are trying to raise money to get us a lawyer to get my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin back. We really miss them. We've been doing a lot of things.
What's the lot of things, BJ? Get up here and tell us what the lot of things is. And let me tell you. Okay, keep going, BJ.
But we need a good lawyer. So if you can find it in the kindness of your heart to help us, please donate. You can send it to Cash App, $ BJ 72178. Appreciate it. God bless everyone. If you can find it in the kindness of your heart, please help our family. Our family was tore apart for lies from an outsider's in. If you can, please really help. Thank you. God bless. We love everyone. Whittaker family strong.
Wow. What do you guys think of that? Have you guys ever seen that before? I'm not sending anything to her. Absolutely. Oh, what nerve. BJ Crooked as a dog's hind leg. I'm telling you. I was like, wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You gonna watch it again.
Hi, this is BJ, Larry Whittaker's daughter. I'm posting this video. We are trying to raise money to get us a lawyer to get my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin back. We really miss them. We've been doing a lot of things, but we need a good lawyer. So if you can find it in the kindness of your heart to help us, please donate. You can send it to Cash App. We would greatly appreciate it. God bless everyone. If you can find it in the kindness of your heart, please help our family. Our family was tore apart for lies from an outsider's in. If you can, please really help. Thank you. God bless. We love everyone.
Ooh, child. Mm-hmm. You never seen this? There you go, Elizabeth. I've had it in my little arsenal for a while. I just haven't showed it. You know, some things you just got to keep, to see how things roll out. Well, I decided to play it because Whitaker Strong, BJ, get help, right? Whitaker Strong. I'm actually really surprised that she hasn't had more of a presence on social media. No, it has the ability to make money for her. Sarah, I agree. The sad thing, and I don't mean to sound negative, if they were home, we would be discussing five getting cold. You're right, Rebel Guy. You're right. This is new to me. Yeah, it's been around for a little while since September of 2025. All right, she had created this. I've had it, no, and it's only had 17 views, so I know no one else has really seen it. I didn't want to bring attention to it because I felt like if attention was brought to it, then she would start keep making more videos, more videos, more videos. And now I'm to a point that maybe if you make your own money and crack out on your own dime, you'll leave Betty's alone. Okay. So there you go. Yeah. I found a lady who had a GoFundMe for BJ. Mm-mm-mm. So she's over here, using people, in my opinion. Some people had heard about it. We should report the Cash App, maybe. Well, how'd that go? Like, why did they? What? How much money did they raise, Elizabeth? I'm glad you caught me alive too. Brutally honest. She will never have enough. That's the sad part. That's true. That is so true. Very, very true. I would have to agree with that. No matter how much she has and has access to, oh, I have to plug in my computer or we're going to be running out of juice. It's in the yellow. All right. Um, I didn't ask. Stop it, computer. I didn't ask a bunch of questions. I simply explained some things, and then the lady said she was removing it. She had more damn. Let's go. She had more damn uh, act right, sympathy and empathy and caring than she did whenever she said that Larry freaking died. Okay, when Larry freaking died. All right. So in our playlist, I have another one, which is from Mark Latea, about whenever, if you guys kind of remember, I think it's my private. No, I don't remember. Maybe it's in the other one. Here it is. I'm going to bring this up here, but I found this very interesting. Okay. Add to stage.
Hey, Larry. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Lorraine. Good to see you.
Long time.
It's been a long time. Have you guys?
I'm sorry. These everybody done for you, and I'm gonna tell the whole world I'm sorry what they done.
I accept your apology. That's very, very nice of you.
Okay, so I want to go back so you guys can hear
See
it.
you. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Lorraine. Good to see you.
Long time.
It's been a long time. Have you guys?
I'm sorry. These everybody done for you, and I'm gonna tell the whole world I'm sorry what they done.
I accept your apology. That's very, very nice of you.
Okay.
You doing better?
All right, so he was telling him that he wanted to apologize, but listen to what he said, which I found was kind of interesting. My phone's saying Henson just released something. Okay, we'll go watch it. I sent you screenshots of the real BJ. So did you guys hear what he said? He wanted to apologize for what BJ and Betty did. Who is this? Okay. Hey, Gotham. Good to see you, honey. So it's very interesting. I wanted to play that part because I was like, interesting. So let's go over and listen. So Larry apologized for what BJ and Betty had said. So now let's go to Big Ugly. Hopefully, you don't get mad if I play his stuff and don't get much views on his. I always try to wait a little bit before I just go and play stuff. All right, let's see if it's a video or short. It was 7 hours ago. Let's see if it's a short. We watched the one 7 hours ago. Let's see when the other one was. Huh. Yeah, the one that I'm seeing. The only one that I seen we already watched was like 7 hours ago. Hear me, y'all go rewatch his stuff. Yeah, my phone's late to the game then. Yeah, yeah, it must have been the one he did about 7 hours ago. So, but yeah, guys, go over there and watch his stuff so he gets credit for everyone that he makes. Mark's still making money on them as far as I know. He doesn't send them their part. And that's the way a lot of people are complaining about, because he's still making money off of the actual videos. And do they need to get a percentage of that? I think so. The wind chill is -6 here. Ooh. That code. -6. Brr. I need to catch up on all his videos from tonight. I missed them. I think he is legit, and I have a good feeling about Henson. Yeah, I think that, Henson will not let off until something. Wow, Mark has a contract and their copyrights. Wow. West Virginia is freezing. It's freezing here in Chicago, too, let me tell you. It's freezing here in Chicago. What got Mark is when Kenny lied to him, according to the video of him and Jason discussing it. There was a couple videos from a couple hours ago. Yeah, I think that we watched them, unless he removed it. This one says 3 days ago, and this one's here. I'll show you. If you post a lot of their content, yeah, I don't post a lot of it for sure. Like, no, I don't use a lot of their content, of his content. So here it is. We have one from 7 hours ago, 3 days, and 3 days. Let's see what he's got posted. That was 3 days ago. Let's see about his shorts. And that the latest shorts was about Justin Morris can give me 1,000. So he may have taken them down for whatever reason, or maybe he's editing them or something. I don't know. But this is.
Hello, folks. Big Ugly Henson here. Now, everybody on here likes making videos telling Eric and Patrick to pay the Whittakers their money. Everybody on here wanting to hang Eric and Patrick. But, folks, I think you all need to focus on the root of the problem. The problem that was there before Eric and Patrick, and the problem is still there now. And that's Bj Whittaker. Now, I know this is not going to be popular, but I don't care about being popular.
Yeah, this is the one we watched already. Yep. It's the one we have already watched. So I don't know if there is any new stuff out. Or Kenny's 1985. Yep. So I wanted to go back and check back to see how we were feeling in October when we reviewed BJ when Brian Cody came there, and to see what she actually said. She said she's going to fight like hell to get her family back. But what has BJ actually done? Is it time we want to hold everybody accountable, don't we? That is a part of the Whittaker family's life. So why would she not be held accountable to make sure that her family got to the court appearances, gets to doctor's appointments, and all that? Why is she? Because she's an addict, right? So then she can just run amok with her family? No, I don't think so. So I think that some people need to have a hard talk. People that are close to that family, it's time to hold other people's feet to the fire. If content creators' feet are being held to the fire, then why aren't the family members' feet being held to the fire? That's my question. All right. And if no family member is going to stand up for at least Betty and Larry and make sure that they're taken care of, then when does social media stop engaging? When is the right time to stop engaging with trying to help? Or people at a point to being frustrated because no matter what we've done, BJ is the one that benefits from it, and Betty and Larry are the one that gets the leftovers that BJ doesn't want. Unless she runs out and they still have some of the leftovers, she'll come and take that shit too. Right? Gotham, that does not excuse anyone from that kind of behavior. I hear you. So either the state needs to step in and help Larry and Betty where they need to be helped and be protected, because good people want to help them, but they will not watch their money go up in smoke, literally go up in smoke. And we shouldn't. And we shouldn't. Our government system is so messed up. How do three get pulled from a home and get no communication with lowering up? Just seems so insane. It is. Oh, it is the short. I thought it was like 3 days ago, Stacy. That was 3 days ago, I think, from his short. I can look again. Don't say that guy's back doing weird stuff again. Oh. Oh, okay. So let's see when this was. I'll play it just in case we haven't seen it. Make sure you guys go over there and like and subscribe to the Big Ugly Henson. Let me copy this. Ugh. Paste it in the chat so you guys can find him. All right. What did it say? I think it's spam. Let me do it on Facebook, but it wouldn't. Oh, come on. How can I spam my own chat, YouTube? Fucking weirdo.
That $1,000 you owe me. Now, we all know, Justin Morris, you ran your mouth and offered a $1,000 reward for my name, my real name, and my location. And I immediately gave you my real name and location, and you and Toddy have both stated that you know who I am and you know where I'm at. So you all have corroborated my evidence by admitting so. So if you all want to pay that $1,000 instead of giving it to me, you all know that Brian Cody and Justin said you send him down there, and we know he's hauled some wood down there to the Whittakers. So why don't y'all take that $1,000 you owe me, and why don't y'all give it to that Brian Cody and get him to give them $1,000 worth of wood to the Whittakers? I think that's fair, and that way everybody's helping the Whittakers, and everybody's showing love. Ain't that right, Toddy One Skip? So if you don't care, reach out to Justin Morris and tell him to pay that $1,000 to the Whittaker some wood so they don't freeze to death. Because I don't think BJ is going to help them. Thank you. Hit that like and subscribe.
Okay, so he's telling him take that damn money and give it to him for some wood. Wait, why would the state do anything? I heard in not so nice words from Patrick, nobody can make Betty do an effing thing. I think an outsider, I think that's maybe, but I will not answer for Patrick. That would be a good question that you could ask him. I've got some in there like a CNA home health care to help Betty. No. Pringles. Nope. BJ, why don't you go up there to the home health care and see if Betty qualifies for a CNA, since you can't help take care of her. So that's the thing. A lot of people put a lot of pressure on social media people and people that go and volunteer to take them to the attorneys and to doctor's appointments. They drive. Betty and Larry have a van. BJ keeps the van. They wouldn't need that type of assistance if BJ would let them have their van back. Okay, so BJ, you said in October you were gonna at all cost, you was gonna help get the Whittaker family back together and help your Betty. Well, why do they need wood? Where's the heaters? No propane. One of the tanks is gone and one of it's empty. Okay. That's why I was saying how much education does Betty have, because she's stated taking care of her siblings at age 12. Exactly. So, she'll need assistance in filling out any type of paperwork. I think they don't understand the lack of resources their entire life. They don't know how to comprehend some of the things that they receive. And I know that to be a fact because I've had to literally read some of the things for them. Okay. In an understanding way. And I promise you that. I have it. Whenever all this is over, I'll show you. Like I said before, I will not say something unless I freaking can tell you, come with the proof. All right? They don't understand some of the things the way it's worded. People tend to forget that they've been isolated in the holler. Timmy went to school. Betty never said she did. Timmy was the only one that graduated. Come on, guys. Critical thinking. Oh my goodness. But anyway, what good is it to take them to an attorney if they don't have money for it? Right? They hopefully that they'll have one appointed to them shortly. But we things have been filled out so they can, but we just never know. It can be denied. Yeah, we can't take them to an attorney. They don't have the. And let me tell you, it's been a difficult process to find an attorney in that area and surrounding areas. That'll once you say Whittaker's, we're not interested. We're busy. Got court that day. They don't even know the court date. I'm like, wow. So it's not as easy as what everyone thinks it is. You know what I mean? It's been very difficult. Betty needs assistance and she doesn't realize what she's doing is enabling BJ. Doesn't make her a bad person. No, it doesn't. BJ doesn't have a license. Right? A lot of people are not helping because of BJ. Yes, ma'am, Lady K, you're right. Nobody wants to take their I know it because we've called for weeks all the way up to surrounding states that border. Okay, we've thought of it all. People don't think we're back here playing Yahtzee. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the truth of Billy, isn't it? Like, I'm telling you. Maybe before 2000 they might got away with it, but it's 2025. Transparent as the world is, they're not going to be able to hide neglect anymore. I hope not. I broke my daughter out of foster care and she didn't go back once. I had her back. They didn't make her go. She was able to tell them where she wanted to go. The state didn't do shit. Mm. Um, they did not. They tried the legal aid, and it's not something that they help with. I'll state it like that, Captain Avi. Oh, you're looking for the. Well, if you find them, let us know. I'll pull them up. Dang, impossible to help dysfunctional family like this, especially with drug issues mixed in. Allie, there's so many different facets to this. Okay. Right. That's been applied for. It's been applied for. Counsel's been applied for. But in my opinion, attorneys might be afraid of the inability for them to communicate. It makes hard to handle a case for them. That could be. I've been saying Betty needed to go to a low income apartment and get to enjoy her life. If state sees she's doing good, then they may allow visits. Anyways, I got my ass handed to me for suggesting that. That's a good suggestion, and that could be an really honest. That could be something further on down the line, you know. But the paperwork that requires that has been filled out. I know that. For the attorney, but that's not a bad idea. You know what I mean? Because at this point, if we think about it logically, unless there are That's right. Legal aid only assists in certain matters. Usually you have to be arrested. You can ask legal aid questionnaire, but even then they only answer that's right. And that's what we ran into. Betty hasn't been charged with anything, or she would have had a court appointed attorney. All right. This is a family matter slash something else. We're not quite sure yet because we can't get the answer on that. Okay. Because we're dealing with social media, money, APS involved. I mean, it's a lot, man. Spoke to Betty about an apartment today. So then there is no criminal charges of neglect. Not yet, Captain, but we don't know because we can't go. We're not allowed in the courtroom. Let me tell you guys, just like anything else, when the Adult Protective Services or CPS, it's a closed court case. You're not going to find any information on it unless someone down there that gets the court documents from Betty that Betty, unless you get it from Betty and Larry, you're not going to see it because it is sealed. You will be in contempt of court. Betty will be, who gave the paper out, the papers, if it's ever read online. That's why we can't read it online, guys. It says it very, very clearly that contempt of court, period. And that's why I say I cannot and will not read anything online because it will have a repercussion on Betty. But no one wants to believe that because I can't prove that. I can in the future, but I can't right now because I don't want to see Betty getting in trouble with a contempt of court charge. All right. It's a sealed case, a sealed matter. Adult Protective Services, sealed, not open to the public. Period. Plain and simple. We'd have no idea, Captain, none. Yeah, well, I wouldn't believe everything that you're told, I'll tell you that. To be part of the case, I think there's certain things that like, yeah, maybe brutally honest, if you guys stick around and listen as the days go on, then things can probably be put out. But if I start talking, I'm afraid I'll say something. And I just don't want to do that. Then, yeah, that would be a civil rights attorney. Yeah, that could be. She's talked about different options, honestly, L 1985. I just have to wonder what could an attorney even say? Well, BJ is still there. My client had to bum a ride to court, and there isn't any heat. There's nothing positive to say yet. I mean, you know what I'm saying, rebel guy? I mean, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, she wants her family back. She does. But we have to also, and people, this isn't going to be popular for some people. Betty's older, unless she can have assistance in taking care of her home and her siblings, her family that she wants to live there. How can she do it properly? You're asking Betty Whittaker to move into an apartment where there are other people living and cohabitating, and we know that she's by herself to maintain the needs, the safety of her family. Do you think that Betty Whittaker at her age is able to do that without assistance? And if she's not, how would that work for them? But when you answer my questions, could you please give me where it says it in West Virginia, section 182-34, that 70-year-old woman, or, where it says that's legally that she should be able to have the family back with or without assistance. I need to know where you found that information at. Not an opinion. We don't need opinions anymore. We need fact-based information. Yeah, Betty's a very forgiving person. There are people there. Here are people with mental health living streets. Betty can get them back. Okay. Yeah, she can. So there's an aide that's going to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That the state's going to pay for that. I don't know. Don't need to do DNA and stuff. Yeah, she did. Yeah, we need state laws, state codes, and factual laws for West Virginia. Opinions are one thing, but you know, sorry, my little fingers tap so fast. It's okay, Bridget. Kenny has no legal or moral responsibility for anything. No, she will get certain amount of hours, whatever she would be eligible for. Yeah, and the other 3 could also be eligible for some too, but it wouldn't be enough to cover that. You know, what she needs 24 hours a day. I think so. Yeah. I think that there was some laws that were violated potentially, and that APS is looking into those and hold the person that created a contract responsible. No 24/7 unless you're rich. There would be no one in nursing homes if you got. But Lily, honey, I'm just answering the questions. I know that because my dad did the same thing. My dad was on hospice. My mom had cancer. We still couldn't get 24-hour care for my dad. I was the 24-hour care. We had someone come 3 days a week for about an hour and 15 minutes to do light stuff, but that's it. But, I let people have their opinions. It's okay. Yes, it would. They don't much. They just need to be taught a few things. I think that s well, okay, Bridget. I mean, you have a right to feel that way, but let me tell you, if the proper things aren't put into place and something happens to a disabled elderly person and the state let them come home, what a lawsuit they would have, and that's how you have to look at it. There you go. Some of you are understanding, some not so much yet, but it's okay because I know it's hard to not fathom them altogether. It is hard. The way the system works is based on the ability to care for them without the state's care. A person has to be able to care without assistance. Well, I know some people need to understand how it works in the USA. There is no, baby, I get it. I wish there was because I needed it for my dad, okay? I was the 24-hour care. It's so high profile, Betty will not get them back. As soon as people realize that and stop giving Betty pipe dreams, she will understand. They're going to have a lawsuit now. Could be. When you hit 70, you can't be taught to regain your youth and energy to care for 3 adults. Baby, honey, I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. She did it for a long time. Yeah, we wouldn't allow it either, hillbilly. That's why we took care of my dad. Wasn't gonna happen. Betty isn't getting any younger. Right? I wouldn't want him. Liz said, "Up, please." She's like, "Okay, I gotta explain this." There you go. She's like, up again, please. Betty could get help in an apartment if she's bad those hours. Oh, let me add to the stage, the home. Hey, girl.
Okay. To the person in the comments that keeps making jokes about Kenny being Timmy's dad, enough. Absolutely enough. You understand that it was two sets of twins and two sets of twins that had kids together, right? It's not actual full incest. The problem with two sets of twins and two sets of twins, right, is that the two sets of twins and the two sets of twins were identical, which made them basically like siblings, and then they had children, okay? It wasn't brother and sister that went out there and banged each other. But basically the same thing because it was two identical sets of twins and two identical sets of twins. Go back to school and learn science. And I don't care if you're getting pissy and I'm being rude, but I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of it. All right. And then on top of it, do you think they're all not going to look alike in some sort of fucking way? I mean, if you share that many genetical genealogy, genes and connections, you're not going to look alike. You already, stop. Stop with the fetching and trying to demonize this family even more. I know that my Bible says the sins of the children will pay for the sins of their father. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. Anyways, moving on to the other thing, to answer some of y'all's questions. In the state of West Virginia, and I don't know about other states, but I know here, if you are a foster parent or an adult protective parent, because you can adopt adults in this state, you can foster adults stuff too. It's like, you go pick yourself a granny. I want that one and take it home for Christmas. I don't know. I've never known adults to be adopted, but you can actually in this state. It's wild, right? But so with the rules and how it goes is when you apply for foster care for adults or children, you have to be able to meet their needs without the stipend. And a stipend is the check that the state gives you to provide for them. But they don't want you living off of that stipend, right? So you have to be able to prove that you can provide for them without the stipend, which means Betty would have to be able to prove that she could provide for them without the government assistance first. So she'd have to make enough income for all of them to live with her. There's a lot there. And I'm not saying that Betty can't get the 3 to come home, and I don't want the 3 to come home. But the way y'all are looking at it is, well, they've got checks of their own, so Betty will have that money. The way the state's looking at it, and I'm just going to clearly tell you how the state's looking at it, is Betty can't afford to take care of those 3. She can't afford to take care of them without their government assistance. And that is a big problem. It's a big problem. Now, can that be worked around and all of that because it's family, and does sometimes like social services help fix all that? Yes, but we haven't even got there in the step of that yet. Okay. We have to get inside this courtroom. There's court is going on, but Betty and Larry have been exiled from it because they weren't included in the case. And this is why. They weren't included. This part I can tell you because this isn't confidential because it's not on that paper. It doesn't say this on that paper, so I can tell you this part. The state, when they got custody of the 3, they become protected and under the state's care. Betty and Larry didn't go under the state's care. So they're having this case about the 3 and about the stuff that's happened to the 3, why the 3 are being removed, guardianship, who's to establish that, where they're going to live. They're talking all the whatevers, right, inside there. We don't know, but I'm assuming it's all the whatevers. So Betty and Larry's not included in none of that because they weren't taken by the state. No one pressed charges on Betty and Larry for anything. So therefore, they don't have any criminal charges, so they can't get a lawyer, a court-appointed lawyer or anything because they don't have any criminal charges. But as the case is going on inside the courtroom, it has become apparent that maybe Betty and Larry were also a victim of some stuff. And this is why when I was there and I was like, why are you not letting them in? Why are you not talking to them? And I threw up, the Justice Act for people with the elderlies and, their Disability Act. And I was like, I'm going to start contacting people. I threw a fit. I was like, you can't do this to them. This is not right. They told me to put in and apply for a certain paper that would push the judge's hand to approve them for legal counsel. And this is what I did. Okay? So this is where we're at. So y'all can calm down, and that's about as much as I can tell you without going over to that paper and trying to read stuff off that paper, because I'm not allowed to tell you that.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No. Everything I just told you now is not on that paper. So I can
Right.
say it. It's not on that paper, I can say it. But I am pushing for them to get legal counsel and to be allowed into that courtroom so that they can hear what is going on, because they don't know either. They're in the dark too. Now, do I know kind of what's going on in that courtroom? I absolutely do. I was there. I was standing outside that door, and it was not quiet, and I could hear it all. But
Right.
I'm legally not allowed to say that either.
Right.
Not right now.
Right.
And it's gonna knock your socks off when I do tell you what I know.
Yeah, it would be a showstopper because I was also involved in the phone call. Okay. So I could stop this show and I could break the internet if I wanted to tonight, but it's not worth it because it will directly affect her, Betty, and I can't. The people that know, know. We know. And I'm talking all the way over to Facebook. We know, honey. Okay. So, anyways, before we get any further with that, it gets a little nervous because what do you mean they weren't taken by the state? The Betty and Larry weren't taken by the state, Captain. The three were. Um, the three were taken from the home, but Betty and Larry were not taken by the state. That doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense to us why they aren't allowed. Captain Avi, it doesn't make any sense. And the only reason why I can back this up because I've been part of the phone calls and the videos that have been taken with what they said at the courthouse. That's the only reason why I'm like, it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, they're a roadblock after roadblock after roadblock with this. And it's so sad to see. Captain Avi, you know me, right? You know who I was about to get a hold because she will cause a ruckus in any town we go to. You know who, and I'm not even going to say it out loud, but I'm almost to that desperate for these people because something just isn't sitting right with me. It's roadblock after roadblock, Captain Avi. And you know, I don't get along with that person at all. But I was like, listen, we want a ruckus, we want attention. That's the way to get it. You know what I mean? So
There's a lot of unanswered questions in this for me. Like being there at that
18.
courthouse that day and hearing what I heard. But then wondering, like, okay, there was like a lot to wonder. I can't say much more because then I'll be telling stuff I'm not supposed to. But like, let's just say there's a lot being said and you're hearing a lot, but you know there's so much more and so much left out, so it makes no sense, right? That's
I
all.
know, and that's why I feel like people don't believe us because we're just not it will have a trickle down effect. If it's said and people are like, mm-mm. I couldn't imagine this state getting my son horrible something odd with no visit. I know, man.
I can't see the
No, not
comments.
even a fucking oh, let me turn on. Here's the thing. Not even a phone call. People in jail get phone calls. Okay? So not even a phone call, you guys.
Yeah, Betty wasn't allowed to video. What'd that say? I missed that.
Let me go back up. It says, back down here. Elizabeth said Betty wasn't allowed to see the family because of all the videoing, right,
Yeah.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, so when Brian took him to the one court or whatever, then everybody, I was like, remember, I think a while back, I was like, oh yeah, no, Betty did. She got to see him. I was wrong. So when I double checked afterwards, because I was like so excited, I thought Betty had got to see him that one time, and I don't know if Brian took him to this one or it might have been Gary, it might have been Brian. I don't know. Took him in. They were supposed to get like a visit or something, and they ended up sitting at a table. This might have been Gary. Gary might have did this. Gary might have took him. They told Gary, or Carrie said it or Brian said it. Okay, don't hold me to it. One of the two. And I remember one of them told me that they told them that it's up to the judge whether or not they get a visit and can see. They have to apply to the judge, and that they cannot do any more videoing or anything. Like that's where the like they're not supposed to be on camera or doing videoing and stuff like that. Well, I mean, Betty can take a photo and stuff or send a little voice clip or something like that. But as far as like a video being in Betty's face and all of that, they didn't want that because they wanted them to be able to prove that they knew how to not say no. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to be able to say no.
Do I think it's because of BJ Lady K? I think I think that there are some reasons why BJ is something. BJ's a problem, yes, because of the addiction and the uncertainty of her actions, the lack of resources that are provided that family that she takes, such as via car, a propane tank. Okay, you're creating a very unstable environment by letting Betty or BJ around. Okay, so there. Then I think that they look at it and also what was told to APS when they were taken about BJ. We don't know what that was because we weren't there. The documents are sealed. We can't FOIA it. You're not going to get it. It's sealed. I'm telling you. As I sit here right now, I read the paper. I know what it said. All right. I had to help her understand it. She asked for help. I gave it to her.
So
But
I can tell you this much. I know that I'm sorry. On the porch, on that video, it said that everything was okay till BJ came back in the picture. That's what it said in that video, right? Everything was okay
yeah.
till BJ came back in the
Hmm.
picture. But
Right.
there's no charges on BJ either. And, and, and,
I don't know, Hillbilly.
um, mm, see, and that's where I get tongue tied. I can't tell. I don't know if I can say that part. I don't know if I can say that part.
Yes, it's still because of the 3. Absolutely, Hillbilly. So Hillbilly asked Lady K, do you know what Brian Cody meant? He knew something really bad things. And Larry, what was he talking about? I don't know.
There's a video. There's a video. Okay, so there's a video of Eric. When Eric said that he was going over to get a restraining order on BJ, one of the things she said about her own damn dad, right? She uses it against her dad as a way to get her dad, none of y'all pay attention, as a way to get her dad to do things that he doesn't want to do. Like, give me $20, daddy, or I'm going to tell everybody you did this to me and it's not true. Brian has the video of BJ admitting that her daddy never did nothing to her and that she uses it against him. But I can't get Brian to release it because he's mad at everybody and went dark.
Yeah, he won't release the video. Yeah, but remember, if you guys also like this here is what's got me. Eric lied to you guys too. Eric said whenever he was at his in-laws during a Thanksgiving little Hulk Hogan freaking Aussie tribute, okay, worst time of his life, he said that his attorney was reaching out to the Whittakers because there was a settlement. I'm going to tell you right now, 10 toes down, that was a lie. He lied. He absolutely lied to y'all. Okay, period, point blank. That was a lie.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe he thought he was going to do a settlement, but that got
Oh no,
stopped.
maybe in his well, okay, I'm just going to stop right there. Okay, because if we keep going, we're going to
Yeah.
okay, we'll stop right there. Eric can have a state worker show Betty Facebook posts aren't true. It's like what? Eric can have a state worker show Betty Facebook post. Oh no, honey, you're fine, Captain Avi. You know we can, Captain Avi. No, I think Captain Avi's behind too. I think she's behind in the live. You're fine, Captain Avi. We like to be questioned and pushed because it makes us think, right? Like maybe you have some good ideas. You know how it is over here, Captain Avi.
My brain is digging for that's why I said if y'all know a state law that can help me, write the code, email it to Lady K,
Yeah,
and then let me look into it because if it is something that I can
check my messages.
turn
Okay, hang
into
on.
a legal form because I'm pretty good at that shit.
I gotta find my
Um,
phone. Like I'm on my computer. Hang on just a
I'm actually
second.
impressed at how good I am at it. But I'm gonna not take the credit for it. A lawyer actually showed me how to do it. So, but
Oh Lord.
if
Hey
you, there's a
Jess, call my phone maybe. I don't even know where my damn phone is.
if there's a code, then send me the code so I can. If y'all know a lawyer, y'all know a lawyer that's a pro bono lawyer and works in West Virginia and will take this case.
Oh shit, it's right here.
Get it to Lady K for me. I'm begging y'all to help me help them, but I'm not asking for money, okay? I'm not on here trying to exploit. I'm not on here trying to do anything. I want to get the truth out there because there's more to this. There's a big story and people are being painted in a bad light and then people who are bad are just willy-nilly and getting away with the dirty shit they're doing and I've just had enough. And it's hard. It's hard. Trust me. Even me and my own team, sometimes we get in a fight with each other, and it's okay. I get frustrated, but it's not. It's not easy trying to do the right thing. And currently, what I'm trying to do is have some rehab facilities reach out to BJ and either get her into one of them to get her out of the damn way, or she might be facing some legal charges to get her out of the damn way. I don't know, but she's gonna have to quit. Period.
So who is Gab excuse me. We're all sick over here. So who is Gabrielle Hall?
Isn't that Brandon's girlfriend or wife or fiance
Okay.
or I think.
So I'm gonna read this post, okay, from Gabrielle Hall. I can email it and pull it up on my screen, but be easier for me to read it. And then if anyone would like to question it, I have it. Let me see if I can share. I'll do it to my Gmail. So if anyone ever wants to, just remind me I sent it to my own self and I can pull it up. So, but I'm just going to read it to you guys. Jesus. Every time I commented on Eric's post not to do something that Betty wouldn't want, that I swear he would read it and say in his head, well, this is what she absolutely doesn't want. So I'm going to do it anyways. And I should have kept my mouth shut because they wouldn't have even known about what Betty was scared of happening and they wouldn't have it bothered with it. No one knew about APS until I mentioned that. That's what BJ would threaten Betty with. I should have kept my mouth shut. So apparently, BJ threatened Betty before with calling APS. But I have this where she would threaten Betty about APS to get her way. Same shit.
No, Stacy, that's a lie.
So, did Larry say that state police would arrest Justin if he bought a camper down? No, that's a yeah. Larry said he didn't say it, but you know, it's a mess with BJ, and that's a fact. Yeah. So why use law against her now? I'm confused. It's been pounded in our heads. We do not have the right to tell Betty to tell BJ to stay away. Isn't that what Eric tried? How is it different? You know what? You know what? That's a really good question, brutally honest.
Okay.
I was asking myself that today. I'm like, so Eric Carroll wanted the same type of situation like BJ to leave. We all threw a fit. We're all like, how can you dare do that? Right? That's their family.
Because Eric Carroll lied though. He lied, and he lied, and I'll tell you how I know he lied. Because I went into the courtroom and asked what Betty would need to do to get a DVP, EPO, whatever you want to call it, right? And the man that come out and talked to me said that he explained it to Eric Carroll, that BJ lives on that property, that he can get it to where she stays in her camper and not comes into the main home, but BJ was legally allowed to be in that camper. Eric Carroll promised a house, and because he saw BJ in the camper that he was legally told she was allowed to be in, he then denied the camper. This is more than a camper and all of that. This is something totally different. This is more in depth, right?
Right. This has nothing to do with the house being built. This doesn't have anything with the Amish building the house, but now it's all over because BJ's there.
Ain't nobody promising Betty anything for quid pro quo, or however you want to say that, pro per quid, or whatever that stuff is. I give you this, you give me that. No one's promising her anything. What we're saying is it's detrimental now that we know all of what we know, being on the ground and seeing it and really putting it all
Right.
together and having months to think about it and piece things together. We now know way more information.
But then that, because I did question myself. Then I'm like today, I'm like, well, then why do I question Eric? Since I question Eric and his motive, and feel like he shouldn't say what family member should come around. I was thinking about my own self today, so I stopped and with a little bit of reflection, and I was just thinking like, BJ hasn't helped. And Eric left. So if Eric knew that there was a situation and the kids were taken away and BJ was part of the problem, why hasn't Eric decided to stick around and help Betty figure it out? Right? Because he took the initial steps allegedly and turned it in, right? So then why didn't Eric keep around and help fix the problem if he knew that it was a problem and he has more information than us? And that's my question to Mr. Eric Carroll.
Pringles. Let me screenshot this screen real quick so I can. Let me look that up myself.
I'll put it up here too, so in case you lose it, come back to a 1 minute and 1 hour and 57 minutes on the stream.
Yeah.
And you can find it.
Let me look that up and see what that means, what that's about. Thank you.
Right. Yes. Remember whenever the sheriff told Eric that Timmy could go with him because nobody asked custody of Timmy. So if Patrick would have known.
That's my point on Timmy pretty much being kidnapped. I still stand by that. That is my opinion, that the state kidnapped Timmy.
That's true.
The other two, I can understand their mental capacity, but Timmy is coherent enough to give you a yes or no. Timmy can make himself a sandwich. Timmy knew to run to Patrick's for help. Timmy had proved to us that he can dial 911. Timmy can wipe his own butt, take a shower, all those things. So he was pretty much competent enough to state where he felt safe. And he also was told that he could have went if he wanted to go. He was a free man. He could go anywhere he wanted to. But yet they came in and took Timmy and are holding him captive against his will in a facility without ever asking him first what he wanted to do. I literally have seen people in Timmy's capacity living in these little apartments and stuff in our area on their own, living like a little person on their own.
Right. Said, but I'm not defending Patrick or Eric, but what if Eric wasn't lying? We'll find out as it goes through the court system, right? That's why we say everything is just opinion based on what we currently know. We're only making our assumptions based on the public information that we have. Now, we know a little bit more, so I'm just walking with you down
I can
this
promise
road.
you that Eric might be truthful on some stuff, but the way he went about things and twisted things and turned things was for a devious purpose. It was not appropriate. and what he thought he was going to get and gain. I can tell you it blew up in his face, but that'll come out later.
Yeah, I know. Bridget saying, "I'm telling you, you can steal Timmy back. I did it with my daughter. Please, no one go steal Timmy. Please, no one go steal Timmy. Leave Timmy where he needs to be, because his stats of his shows aren't there to make him money." Yeah, yep, Captain. I'm not sure if I was in his position, I wouldn't walk away. You know what? We don't know, right? I might have walked away as well, knowing all the, because we weren't there all the time. You know what I mean? And I have no idea. Well, I can tell you what I wouldn't have done. I'll tell you what I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have signed a contract with somebody that can't read it. I'll tell you that's where the first mistake happened, in my opinion. You know. So some people have seen the contract, some people haven't. I'm going to tell you the contract. Mm,
I have not
okay,
seen it. I have not seen it yet. I have not. I do know a little bit about how it's laid out and what it's written on and what's at the top and all of that. But as far as seeing it and what it says, I have not.
got you. But we all want to color and laugh with Sweet Timmy. Yes, I would like to see Timmy with Betty or someone. Ray and Lorraine, I doubt it. I think Betty would do all right with Lorraine. I think
Mm-mm.
Betty, and I think Timmy needs more of an active lifestyle. But honestly, in my opinion, to be real with you, I think Ray would be a little much for Betty to take care of 24/7. She would definitely need some sort of assistance.
I would
Um,
love to see Timmy be able to choose where he wants to go. I would love to be able to put Lorraine and Betty in a little apartment together and then allow them to have visits with Ray. I think it would be amazing. Like that would to me be like apex right there. Right?
yeah, Bridget, let's not encourage anyone to try to go steal anybody from the state. Um, I would highly encourage people to avoid that at all costs, because, ugh, that I just don't want somebody getting in trouble. Yeah, Lorraine with Betty is good. I think that it would be all right because Lorraine, and I think it would do them both good to be together. Now, what that together looks like in a home or state, um, a government housing or something that they could afford on their own. But I think that Betty and Lorraine would do very well together. Now, this is just I'm not qualified to be saying this. This is my own opinion, but I think Timmy needs more of a social life. He's 47. He's not ready to sit there and rocking chairs and shit like the ladies are. They go okay sitting in that rocking chair
Listen,
doing the shay shay.
those last few videos that I saw Patrick post, and I don't know if they're old or new or just something
Yeah.
he had stored in his phone that showed Timmy like laughing and making jokes about Moose farting and about the booger on his shirt and stuff. Those right there and how hard Timmy laughs and his he looked straight at Patrick in that video and was like, Moose did it, like with the stank, with the fart, and rolled his window down, and he was so expressive, and you could definitely tell that what Timmy was trying to express, that Moose had farted and it stunk and that was all there was to it. Like you can't tell me that this is a guy that can't tell you what he wants and can't talk and can't communicate. Just like
That's crazy. Well, the state stole him. I'm not saying just anybody. I know it, but people get weird shit, man. Okay, in their mind. I'm just telling you, they get weird stuff in their mind, man. So I'm saying, please do not go take Mr. Timmy for anywhere. Yeah, you can't just take someone from state care. They just need representation. I really wish they could get really good. Yeah, that's a challenge. Okay, that would be half the battle right there, but it just can't happen. It's crazy. Timmy was the money maker for the family. He needed 24/7 care. How do we know the money from social media wouldn't be used for that? There was apparently Timmy half with Patrick and Eric, half Eric. Yeah. Mhm. I think maybe Larry's guilty with BJ by association. Could be. Yeah. Is Patrick monetized? I think on his Facebook he is, but still I don't know. I see his stuff, I watch it. I wish it would try to charge me.
Is Jess the one that told you about the Gabrielle post or whatever?
Jess, yeah.
And what did that say again? I don't think I was quite getting what she was throwing down.
What Gabrielle was saying was that apparently BJ used to use that against. Gabrielle was saying that BJ used to use that against Betty.
What you would say APS? Like she was going to threaten her
Yeah.
with APS?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, maybe he may want to stay with his mom, and that's true. That's true. That's true. Well, guys, I've been on here a couple hours. I appreciate you guys. Elizabeth needs to get some rest, so we can't keep her up here and ask her the damn questions because she's sick. She's not feeling well, and unless you get some rest, you're not going to feel any better. So,
Yeah, I got a bowl of soup here my kid made me like forever ago, and I'm just looking at it.
aw,
I can't eat it. I can't eat it. And
that's nice of her, though.
she was like, "Does it taste good?" And I was like, "Yeah." I've not even tried one bite yet. Poor baby.
You're lying to the kids,
I
right?
know. I
Does
know.
Brandon live close by? I think they all live close by. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not too far away.
Yeah, it's insanity, Captain Navi. It's insanity. I'm going to kick Elizabeth down. Everyone tell Elizabeth good night and hope you feel better. All right, here you go, dear. I appreciate her coming up and speaking with us. She doesn't always have to, you know, but I know that she feels like she has to because if things and you guys know I'll let you guys have your opinions in the chat, right? Because I know that there's some things I can't say, some things I can say. And I guess got to be careful. But I think AD may be having a New Year's Eve thing tomorrow, so we'll all have to go over there and hang out during that. And I might jump up for a few over there. We might do something over here. Who knows what the night will be young. And Dick Clark, they're having a Dick Clark Chicago. So I don't know if I can make it downtown. If we see anything cool, I'll definitely go live so you guys can enjoy the city on New Year's Eve. All right. But a lot of times we kind of avoid crowds because unfortunately, when you're in Chicago, gunfire breaks out and there's nothing you can do about it. And I would not want to be a victim on New Year's Eve of someone's stupidity. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for coming back over for a couple hours so we can discuss this. Make sure you take care of yourself out here. Take care of each other. If you see each other in chat, make sure you say hi and wash your hands after you pee. I know your mother taught you better. Peace.
Never slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this,